If you ask me, I'll say the devil has been working overtime. I've been setting up to stitch this video for over an hour now, but anyway, that's not what I'm meant to talk about. Today, I just felt like talking about unhappiness that comes with betrayal or being betrayed. I'm talking about this because I've had my own fair share of betrayal. Like, it's still haunting me up till now that I'm talking, and I think that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this to see if it's going to help me heal. You're listening to someone that has felt it like deep inside of me. I felt betrayal very, very, very well. I'm trying to make steps to, because I cannot live with that feeling forever, so I'm trying to make steps to, turn around. And that's why I'm making this video, to help you as well make a U-turn if you are someone that's been battling with the unhappiness and the bitterness and resentment that comes from being betrayed. First of all, my name is Chimela and welcome back to my channel. So now let's get back to what we're talking about. Unhappiness that comes with betrayal. There's something people don't get. Let me relax. I want to be relaxed to make this video. For me, I'm going to describe betrayal as where a trusted friend or a loved one or a very close ally hurts you, hurts your feeling, or does something that the person is not supposed to do that hurts your feeling or jeopardizes the relationship, basically, or jeopardizes the trust you have in that relationship. Everybody cannot betray you. The only people that can betray are people that are close to you. Your spouse, your brothers, your sisters, your family members, your close friends. Those are people that can do something that hurts you and you say, this person has betrayed me. Now, there's this misconception a lot of people have about betrayal. They feel like if this person is close to me and I wrong the person, it should be easy for the person to forgive me. But personally, this is my own opinion, I don't see it that way, because if a stranger does something to me and a loved one or a very close ally does something to me, I'm going to feel very pained when that thing comes from a loved one, someone I held in high esteem, you understand, someone that's my close friend, someone that's supposed to like protect me from those kind of things. So I'm going to feel so pained if it's coming from someone than when it's coming from a stranger. I don't know. The stranger doesn't owe me anything. If a hurt is coming from a stranger, I'm going to kind of blame myself for opening myself up to that stranger. But if I open myself up to a loved one and a close friend or a family member, I feel like that person is supposed to protect me and not use the fact that I'm vulnerable to the person against me, if you understand what I mean. So that's how it works for me. That's why betrayal is very painful in the first place. Let me say, people that betray you are always feeling like, okay, I'm your family member, it should be easy for you to forgive me, that kind of a thing. But it's very painful because you didn't expect it from this person. So it's kind of, it hurts very deep, that kind of a thing. So the thing with betrayal, betrayal breaks the trust you have in that person. So you no longer trust the person, you no longer believe what this person says, you kind of question whatever the person says to you, or you question the person's action, or you question the person's intentions towards you. So now you're not using like your free mind as you used to use your free mind before. Now there are two things you can do if someone betrays you. It's either in fact, there are three things you can do if someone betrays you. It's either you forgive the person and build that relationship again, or forgive the person and cut the relationship so you guys no longer relate on that close term any longer, or you can not forgive the person and you guys part ways. So how I take on betrayal is I forgive the person and I kind of cut the relationship I have with the person, because it's difficult for me to go back and see you how I used to see you before. It's difficult for me to go back and trust you how I used to trust you before. I'm not saying you have not changed, but the thing is, I don't read minds. I wish I could read minds to know that, okay, this person has genuinely changed. And this kind of behavior for me comes with me protecting myself and protecting my space, because it really hurts to be betrayed by someone. For me, it hurts because I'm a very loyal person. That's one thing I wanted, something else I wanted to mention. If you're a very loyal person, betrayal hurts like mad, like, because you cannot, as in a million years, you can't even do this kind of thing to this person. And why is this person that you feel so attached to, close to, treating you this way? Do you understand? So if you're a very loyal person, betrayal hurts like crazy. When I say the devil is working overtime, you think I'm joking. There's this fly that's hovering around my head, and I don't know why a fly is hovering around my head in this space. I don't know. But anyway, so another thing betrayal can do to you is that Betrayal can make you to be a very bitter person. It can also make you to be a very resentful person. You're going to resent that person that betrayed you, and you're going to be bitter about the relationship you have with that person, or whatever situation you have with that person. You're going to be bitter about the whole thing. Then you're also going to be very unhappy. Now the thing is that you cannot remain unhappy for the rest of your life, and you don't want to remain unhappy for a long time. But just as we are different, we heal differently. And the first thing I'm going to suggest is this: it's going to be faster for you to heal when you're not in that same space with the person, especially if you're the kind of person that would not want to continue that relationship. Even if you want to continue that relationship but you're finding it difficult to continue that relationship, what I would say, in my opinion, is you can separate yourself from the person and stay apart for a while. That is going to help you to clear your head, and try to unburden yourself from that feeling that you have because of the experience you've had with the person. Okay, this brings me to something that we always talk about, like when it comes to relationship and marriages. There's something we always hammer on: you need to have a forgiving spirit, you need to be forgiven. And truly, I believe that yes, you need to have a forgiving spirit, but that doesn't mean the other person is going to come and start acting anyhow. You know what you should do and you know what you should not do. So having a forgiving spirit doesn't mean you should start acting anyhow. If we haven't going by that self, men hardly forgive women. There are women that cheat on them. So doesn't mean that men shouldn't have the forgiving spirit. Anyway, that's by the way. What I'm trying to say is we always hammer on having the forgiving spirit, but we don't really hammer on having the attitude to ask for forgiveness genuinely. So that asking for forgiveness genuinely, most times it's what makes it easy for people to even forgive you. If you don't ask for forgiveness, it's going to be difficult for anybody to forgive you. That's the truth. But we always don't hammer on genuinely asking for forgiveness in marriage. You always hammer on forgive, have a forgiving spirit. But it's high time we started telling people that you need to be quick to ask for forgiveness when you wrong your partner. That is going to help your partner forgive you easily. Because I've heard some people, like women, they'll say things like, he's not even remorseful. Maybe the husband has done something to them and they're like, he's not even remorseful. You see, those women are ready to forgive their partner, but the thing is, the man is not even making it easy for them to forgive. He's not showing them that, okay, I made a mistake and I'm sorry for hurting your feelings. He's showing them that I don't really care about your feelings. I don't really care about the hurt that I've caused you. That's a signal not being remorseful sent to your partner. We always mention things like love language, but do you know that there is something called forgiving language or forgiveness language? I don't know how to put it, but there is a certain way your partner will want to be apologized to, just like there's a certain way your partner will want to be loved. That's how there's also a certain way your partner will want to be apologized to. Not every situation warrants you to just say I'm sorry and it ends there. Some situations warrant you to take an extra step after saying I'm sorry. I'm going to talk about this in another video, how to apologize. Now, to help you get over the unhappiness and the bitterness and resentment that comes with betrayal, something you should tell yourself that would help you come out of that unhappiness that you have, that has beclouded you, is this: you are not special. And you're not special in the sense that, why wouldn't this kind of a thing happen to you? Whatever has happened to you also happens to other people. So why is it that it cannot happen to you? Like, don't take yourself too seriously. Do you understand what I mean? You know, when we ask, why me, why not you? Are you different from the next person? Are you better than the next person? So if you start seeing it that, okay, I'm not special, life happens, anything can happen, you understand? If you can try and tell yourself that, okay, it happens to other people, it can also happen to me, I'm not better than the next person that it happened to, it will help you come out of that, oh my god, why me, why did it happen to me, a whole me, you know, that kind of a thing, that kind of a feeling. It will help you, combat that feeling that you're having. Another thing you should do for yourself is to stop living in the past. Try and see it as something that has happened and you have no control over it again. You have no way to change what has happened. You have no way to reverse what has happened, actually. So try and live in the present. Focus on the present. Another thing I'm going to say is focus on yourself. You need to start focusing on yourself and not focusing on the other person. And I'm saying this because if you look at the other person and see that the person is progressing, you're going to feel bitter about it, especially if the situation that happened between both of you is what is putting you down and making you not to, move ahead. You're going to feel very bad about that person's progress. So it's high time you stopped looking at that person, stop focusing on that person, leave that person alone, leave what he's doing alone, and look at your own self. How can I come out from this situation this person has put me into? How can I come out from this mess this person put me into? How can I become a better person? You understand? That is what you should be focusing on, and don't necessarily look at the person. Just leave the person's and his success or failure or whatever alone, and focus on yourself. There's something people always say, karma, karma, karma. Personally, do I really believe in karma? Let me tell you what I believe in. I believe that it's possible for someone to wrong you and still go ahead and be successful in life. He broke my heart, so his marriage is not going to be successful. He's going to suffer in his marriage. I don't believe in that. In fact, what I believe is this: that breaking your heart might make that man learn something that is going to make him hold on to his next relationship and make his next relationship work. That's what I believe. Just like in the case of Tonto and her ex-husband, when they see the ex-husband being happy with his present wife Rose, they always try to say things like probably Tonto was a bad person, that is why the relationship didn't work, and now Rose is a better person. That is not exactly how these things happen. Assuming now that the husband had done something wrong, because I wasn't in the relationship so I can't really say, but I'm assuming the husband is the one that did something wrong. Now whatever the husband has done wrong that has scattered the relationship he had with Tonto, if that husband, except he's a stupid person, would not take that same attitude to his next marriage, he's going to become a better person for his next marriage. And now when the next marriage is working, you start looking at the woman, the previous woman, and start saying things like she didn't give him peace of mind and blah 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 blah. This idea of what people will say, what are people going to say, you need to let it go. You need to let this mindset go. Why is this? Some people have tried to force back a relationship that they don't want. They no longer want a relationship because of the hurt that this person has put us through. But because of what society will say, because of what people will say, we try to force the relationship to stay. And as a result of that, they've put themselves in bad situations. Why do you think a husband will kill the wife will kill the husband? It's because the relationship is long dead, but they are trying to force it because of what people will say, because of what the society will say. And that is why any small thing that happens, they are triggered to pick a knife, or pick, as in they've gotten to the extent that anything now, they pick a knife, they pick a bottle, they hit the person's head on the wall. Do you understand? They are there because of what people will say, because of what society is going to say. That is why they have refused to dissolve something that has already been liquidated, something that's already liquid. It's no longer solid. They refuse to dissolve it because of what will people say, that kind of a thing. Rebuild your relationship because you want to rebuild your relationship, and you're going to be happy rebuilding that relationship, and you want to give that relationship a second try, and you actually can, and as in your headspace is in a place where you can actually rebuild that relationship, then do it. Trying to force that relationship is going to make you unhappy if it's not truly what you want. So it's time to start focusing on how you feel, and this is not the time to look at what other people have to say about whatever decision you want to take concerning that relationship that has gone sour as a result of the betrayal. Also, it's good to understand that not everything is under your control. It's best to leave those things alone. Those things cannot control, stop brooding over them. You need to learn how to let go. Let go of certain feelings that you have, because brooding over them would not even help you. Start understanding what's within your control, and start also being aware of things you cannot control, things you can't get hold of, so that you can know where to even focus your energy on. Also, betrayal can make you not to trust yourself. It's going to make you feel like you made a wrong decision choosing that person, you made the wrong decision being in a relationship with that person, you made the wrong decision entrusting something to that person. It starts making you question yourself, like, what kind of a stupid person am I? Why did I make such a decision? Why did I trust this person that much? Why did I entrust this thing in that person's care? That kind of a thing. It just makes you question yourself, like, are you that stupid to have not seen this thing? You understand, that kind of a thing. Now try to understand that mistakes are meant to be made. Also try to understand that your choices and decisions could have gone anyway. Just as much as it went bad, it could have gone good. So try to understand that as well. Doubting yourself and blaming yourself about a particular decision would only continue hurting your mind and your soul. You should just continue burdening you with the whole thing. It's important that you trust yourself and trust your decision. Never assume the worst. This is something I'm trying this is something I'm trying to, come out of. Never assume the worst. Being a cynic would only help you in some cases, but in the grand scheme of things, it's going to make you a bitter and unhappy person. So try and let go of what has happened to you. Try and be happy again. You don't have to rekindle that same relationship. You can forgive the person and let everybody, just like there's this quote that I saw somewhere, like, we are not friends doesn't mean I don't want you to succeed. I only want you to succeed on your own while I succeed on my own, that kind of a thing. So learn how to guard yourself, heighten your senses, heighten your feelings, heighten your sense of suspicion. But that doesn't mean you should be cynical that much, but heighten your sense of suspicion just to guard yourself, because the more you fall into betrayal, the more it affects you and affects your kind of person. See, social media is full of a lot of quotes that are not true in reality and are not true with human feeling. There's something people tend to say: if someone does something bad to you and it changes you, what it means that you were never that person you said you were. To me, that doesn't make sense, because you're trying to invalidate the person's feeling if you say that is not how I was before. Maybe any feeling you've not experienced, believe you me, you can never understand how the next person is feeling. That change that occurs when someone does something bad to you, it's like a protective mechanism. But now the thing is this: it could protect you from even the good people that are coming your way. That is why you need to control it. So at the end of the day, betrayal only brings you resentment, bitterness, and unhappiness. And believe you me, these feelings are not good for a wholesome quality of life. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you learned a thing or two from this video. I'm working on myself as well. I'm not there yet in 100%, but I'm going to be sure taking these tips that I've given you today to focus and work on myself. So at the end of the day, we have a quality life to live. Everybody lives their life. You go your way, you live your life. I go my way, I live my life. Nobody has to go down because of something that has happened. As long as you don't wish me bad, as long as you don't continue to wish me bad, nothing. I don't wish you bad, because I wasn't even wishing you bad in the first place. You're the one that brought your bad energy to me. So if you continue to wish me bad, it's on you. This brings me to the end of this video. Please, if you haven't, click the subscribe button. Do so now. I'm waiting. Have you done that? Okay. All right, so I have another video for you coming up right now. Make sure you watch it. Okay, bye.